Hey everybody, Arthur here with another figure review. Normally it would be an unboxing, but I tried something different today. And as you can see, it is a Transformer in front of us. And it is Toy House Factory Hyper Magnum. Look at that. Look at that crazy, amazing artwork. Looks pretty good. Toy House Factory. This is the actual manual. All the little images and stuff. You'd see this artwork on the box if I were to have received the box. I actually ordered this guy from ECS Direct yet again, giving out another chance of a third-party KO Toy House Factory figure, and this time I wanted to do it without the box to see how that would be, because you can save money through their website by getting something without the actual box. Came in its clamshell, all intact, no damage, and as you saw, the manual as well. The manual is ginormous. All the crazy directions to transform. And then you can actually see some other figures from Toy House that they have. So not too shabby. Now this figure is huge. Like, extremely massively huge. I have actually my camera stand. I normally have a little tripod that works, but I actually had to stack it up, and I just want to show you just really quick size comparison. Here's a PT Spidey. Like, look at the size. PT Spidey Marvel Legend just gets gobbled up by this monster of a bot. Now, he does come, besides with the manual, a bunch of accessories, and since it is Toy House, we do get some extras, because I love some of these third-party figures because you get a lot of extras. So I'm going to start off with some of the main ones. We get ourselves Daniel and Adults Spike. Looking pretty good. Articulation wise, they're the same. You get the arm articulation, no head articulation. The heads are lacking in detail. They're just bland. Leg can go up like so. Knee can bend. So some basic articulation on these little guys. And it's really cool that these actually, like, you can see an adult versus a kid. They actually made the sculpts different and the sizes. Very, very cool. So you get those two with it. Then we get some alternate hands, and they have little like cutouts here because these are the hands that he uses to hold the Matrix, which you can actually see in his chest. So I'll show you how that looks in a bit. And then he comes with alternate faces. Yay for alternate faces. So the typical one you see on him is the straight-faced, serious face. Then we get a like screaming, angry face, like that nice rounded bottom. Looking really nice. Then we get two more, and these two are different. These are almost like I think these came with originally with like Delta Magnus. These are the more square eyes. So you got the straight face and you have the screaming face. So a lot more display options with these. So you get a total of 4 different faces, but they're really 2 of the same face, just different eyes, I guess. Then he comes with a giant blaster cannon. I mean, he's an Ultra Magnus. He should have a giant weapon, and it looks pretty good. Cast in like a purple, you know, nothing too crazy. So you get that. But then as a bonus, which sort of trumps that one, you get this beast. Like this thing, don't ask me why they gave it, but it is huge. It has so much paint detail, like it puts the other one to shame. Wish it didn't have those screw holes in it, but other than that, this thing, it's a nice, hefty gun. Like, this would look good posed. I mean, they both look good, but I mean, look at them. Just like the quality difference of like what a little bit of extra paint can do. So that is his accessories. I'm going to slide his faces, and we're going to dive in and take a closer look at the figure himself. This figure looks amazing. It is a gorgeous looking figure. Doesn't have the Autobot symbol. I mean, you can't if it's a third party. Head gets some pretty good articulation. You can, you know, look up like so. Can't really look down, but really good articulation in the head. Then arms, get some swivels. But before I even get into the arms, like, this thing, it looks awesome. So this pops up. The chest opens up to reveal the matrix there. And the red from the lights reflected in there. And then you can actually pop out. Come on, come on. This thing is always a pain. There we go. Matrix piece. It's just plastic. Doesn't feel like die cast. You can get his hands to hold the matrix. I mean, pretty cool looking, you know, add-on to do with this figure. Pretty darn cool. Then you can just close this all up. Flip this back down. You don't even have to have the matrix in the actual figure itself. Arm articulation is pretty awesome. This part can flip out, but you know, he gets full rotation. Bicep swivel. Joint. Wow. Elbow joint. It's ratcheted. As you can hear, it's super loud. Rotation at the wrist. And then he has that masterpiece articulation. So we got the finger, trigger finger separate, then the bottom three. No movement in the thumb. Arm can ratchet out. Ooh. Okay, so this can pivot out, and it can also ratchet. Nice. Even the little rockets have a little bit of movement. So this part, you know, these come up. These do not shoot as much as that would be cool if they did, but they just come out. Looking amazing. This figure just, it impresses me. Even like the whole sculpt, like these parts, like this is heavy down here. His lower legs, these are die cast, like those two pieces. So definitely a really cool looking figure. Let's show some more articulation here, see if we can. This thing is just ginormous to handle. It doesn't have any crunching for ab. No swivel either. His legs ratcheted, can rotate. He does have a cut here, and then the knee ratcheted as well. It's definitely a lot of articulation going on. And then his feet, there's nothing really going on. But they look awesome. You got the nice rubber tires here, chromed out rims. Does have a backpack, but nothing too crazy, not like the original one. Well, it's pretty similar, but he doesn't have the flap. The flap folds up, collapses, stores away very, very nicely. And with his faces, this part does open up, and you can actually store extra faces right here. So his faces can be stored. Two can be stored. You can wear one. He technically only originally came with the two, so I find it, you know, a little bit of pain to try to figure out where you're going to put the other ones. But I'm sure you can figure ways, or just baggy up the ones you're not really going to use and put them in a box somewhere. But the figure, I mean, as you can see, he's rolling on those rubber wheels pretty nicely, almost like he has roller skates on. And it's just a nice, huge, very, very nice looking figure. And, you know, to do his faces, let's bring him in a little closer. He has a seam. This will, there we go. Just like that. And we get a really cool, almost Optimus Prime looking head. Now we can look up and down. But very cool that they actually painted. That's like chrome and the eyes are a different color. And then the back just shows how the faces are. And you simply just push it out. Gentle, you don't want to scratch it up. And then we put on his O face. Just put that in, push it, and then this, you know, just like figure arts. So then you can have him with his O face, and or angry or screaming. I mean, however you want to say it. But it's really awesome, and just sort of show you how to store the extra faces. You can just take this, and honestly, as you can probably put it this, nope. Well, come on now. There you go. You can put it like that. There we go. He is looking already better as I almost knock over the camera. So, but yeah, I really like this figure. And I mean, again, you guys can get these yourselves. I mean, at that ECS Direct website's down below. Even use promo code ECS008. That'll save you 10% off. But I mean, this shipped, got to me pretty quick. Saved me some bucks by getting it without the box, man. That's always a good thing. And, you know, I take those risks on these third-party figures so you guys can see what you get for your money's worth. And definitely, I'm digging it so far. So let's go ahead and get him out of his bot mode and turn him into his vehicle mode. Putting this beast into truck mode was a challenge, but it was fun. It wasn't a tedious challenge, but I mean, this thing is amazing. Like, look at the detail. You got the actual windshield wipers. They move. You fold out the actual rear view mirrors, or the side mirrors. Now there's some things with this up here. You can place them sort of however you want. I like it sort of on the sides. They have them put right in the middle. It's your figure. You can do whatever you want. But this thing is awesome. It rolls really nicely. And then we get... you know, storage for his gun up top. You can actually store quite a few of the smaller vehicles on the actual car carrier. Got spots right there for the actual Autobot symbol. But then you also have the trays right down there. So you can ride the vehicles up on there. It's just the ramps. Wow, I said trays. This thing is just gorgeous. Look at that. It's a nice third party. Very clean. I like the shade of blue. So I detached the trailer off of the truck. It's pretty easy to press a little button under there to release it. It's weird that his face is facing in this direction. I think I should have flipped it the other way. But, you know, you can have a truck where it's just driving itself. Or what's great about it is you flip up this flap. That's what the inside looks like. Right there, you have spots for Daniel and Spike. And here we got Spike driving Ultra Magnus. We got Daniel riding shotgun. Just looks really good. I love the little chrome bits on it. The paint's pretty clean. And just the overall look. It's just a nice Nice looking truck. I mean, this is a little bit darker in person. On camera, I think it's bringing up a little bit brighter than it should be. But this could use a little bit of paint and some love. Love the chrome they use for the exhaust. So really solid feeling truck. And the fact that you can just sit there and park it. And then bring in Big Haas. You know, I don't think it has a, yeah, it doesn't really have the kickstand. This is what underneath looks like. But nothing really for kickstand. But that's the back too. Would have been nice to see some, you know, lights and stuff like that. But still pretty awesome. This is separating. But I noticed that with some of these parts on this, oh, that is pretty awesome. I didn't even realize that that did that. So if the gun wasn't in here, you can lower that down like that. So it makes it so you can load stuff up on the top row, then lift that up and load it on the bottom. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Gotta have Ultra Magnus holding up the Matrix. Just looks pretty awesome. Figure is just really cool. I got Ultra Magnus all loaded up with his guns, looking amazing and ready for battle. Got his rocket sort of aimed up a little bit like it's tracking another bot. And one thing is this plugs in. When it's plugged in, it's nice, but if you move it around, it comes loose because this back piece keeps hitting his little forearm. So it sort of takes away. It doesn't hold as nicely as his original rifle. Like, this is solid. This one looks a lot better with the paint, but this one stays in there very nice and solid. Overall, I'm very pleased with this figure. You know, even though it is a Hyper Magnum, even, you know, it's technically Ultra Magnus, but, you know, I'm just going to get some of these Autobot symbols to put there. You can buy those off the internet and make this thing look amazing. So if you guys are trying to build up your bot collection and don't really have that budget for paying for those full-on masterpiece figures, you know, check out ECS Direct. The link's down below. The promo code for 10% off is down below as well. And that sums up my unboxing. Well, it's not really an unboxing, but it is a review of the Toy House Factory Hyper Magnum figure. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.